How's it going, guys? Welcome back for more Black Ops Cold War Zombies. For today's video, I'm going to show you how to get all four of the elemental versions of the D.I.E. Shockwave. Now, they're pretty simple to do, but two of them are a little bit more challenging as they require a bit of the Easter egg. So before I start showing you how to do so, first I want to say that you need to know how to build the Wonder Weapon in the first place. So if you don't know how, go ahead and pause the video right now and click the link down in the description, as I have already made a complete and separate guide on how to do so. For those of you that do know how to build the Wonder Weapon, for this video I'm going to show you the Nova 5 version, the Frost version, the Fire version, as well as the Electric version, with both the Fire and the Electric versions requiring certain parts of the Easter egg to be completed. So with that, I will also be showing you the first few main steps of the major Easter egg. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so once you've built the Pack-a-Punch machine, you may or may not already have the Wonder Weapon. That doesn't really matter, but the next step you're going to want to do is build something called the Aether Scope. So to do this, there should be a new portal on the map that you can find if you look up at the top left minimap. It'll be a little star icon. Now, this new portal can spawn in one of three locations, and once you go through the portal, you're going to want to get 3 parts to build the Aether Scope. And those parts are also random, depending on what portal spawned. So you could memorize and figure out where all of them spawn in their exact orders. I do not, however, so I'm just going to show you where all 3 locations are. So go ahead and go through the portal. So once you're in the portal, one of the locations for a part could be right here at the spawn. Once you pick up these pieces, a ton of dogs are going to spawn, so I highly recommend that you kill them before getting the other pieces, otherwise it gets very overwhelming. So as you can see, a lot spawn in pretty instantly. My first time doing this, I didn't realize that they stacked up, so I highly recommend that you kill them all first before moving on to the next piece. I do want to say that if you can't manage to get all 3 pieces in one turn in the Dark Ether, don't worry about it. All you have to do is kill 25 zombies to make the portal spawn again. But another one of the locations is right here, down at the top of the stairs behind the little mini portal. So go ahead and pick it up if it's there. And lastly, the third and final spot that a piece could spawn is right up here on top of this plane craft, right by Jug. And as always, kill all the dogs before you move on. If you've done it correctly, it should teleport you out automatically. The dogs will also teleport out with you, so you'll still have to kill them. But once you have all 3 pieces, head back down to the main power room, all the way down to the bottom, where you should now be able to craft the Aether Scope. Once you craft it, go ahead and pick it up. And you should notice there is a new portal on your mini-map. It is in the med bay. You're going to want to head up there as soon as you can, and go ahead and go through it.
Anomaly detected.
Once in the Dark Aether, go ahead and go into this room right here on the left by the computer and pick up Dr. Vogel's diary. Once you have the diary, hop right down and you should be able to spawn a ghost. Now that you have the Aether Scope, go ahead and reveal the Spectral. Make sure not to die to the zombies. And you want to give him his diary. You're going to want to do this as there are 3 ghosts that will spawn. You don't have to stand and stay and listen to everything they have to say. I recommend that you do it as quickly as possible. The next one is up here in the trial room right to the right. Go ahead and spawn him and then hand him his diary. And then the final one is down where you built the Aether Scope earlier. And as always, go ahead and spawn him, hand him his diary. They all have their own little dialogue that they're going to say. Once they're done saying it, it'll automatically teleport you out of the Aether. It's up to you if you want to stand around and listen to them. I highly recommend that you don't, because you won't have enough time to do all 3 in one turn in the Aether. Alright, like I said, once they're done speaking, it should teleport you out automatically. The next step is you're going to want to go right back up to the computer room where you grab the diary, as there now should be a password wrote on the notepad right next to the computer, and go ahead and insert that password into the computer. So there it is. Go ahead and enter the password.
Password received. Initializing diversion.
If you've done everything correctly, you should notice there are 2 new portals that spawn in your top left minimap. Those portals relate to both the Fire and Electric variants of the Wonder Weapon. So that is all the steps of the Easter egg that you have to do. And now we're ready to show you how to get the variants. So the first 2 versions I'm going to show you are the Fire and Electric versions, as those are a little bit harder to get just because you have to do the Easter egg first. So for the Fire one, what you want to do is come back up here to the plane craft and crouch down, and you should see a little box in here. Go ahead and shoot that to open it. and you'll notice that there is a piece in there. What you now want to do is head to this newly spawned portal that is here because of the Easter egg, and go through this very specific portal. Once in the dark aether, go back to where that box was that you just shot. The plane should lift, and you'll be able to pick up the box. Go ahead and grab the piece. It should be a fuse. Once you've picked up the fuse, what you're going to want to do is head down to the right of the main stairs, entering the facility into the room with the nuke, and jump down to where Deadshot Daiquiri is. Since you went through that exact portal, there should be a box that you can place the fuse on right here, and you'll notice that it cuts open the box with a laser. Once it's done, and if you did it correctly, it should teleport you out automatically, and you're going to want to head back up to where the swamp is. Once in the swamp, you should be able to find this box on the bed of a truck that you are now able to open, and within will be the fire version of the D.I.E. Shockwave. And there you have it. There is your fire version of the Wonder Weapon. The next variant I'm going to show you is the shock version. Like the fire version, you have to go through a very specific portal just to do this step. You're also going to make sure you have the base default version of the Wonder Weapon, because you will be required to suck certain things up and then shoot them out into a metal box. So you should find a portal now below Pack-a-Punch underneath the stairs. Go ahead and go through it. So much like the ether scope, what you're going to need to do is find 3 glowing yellow things, suck them up into the Wonder Weapon, and then shoot them into the box. I believe all these things spawn in different locations. I don't have the locations memorized, so I'll just show you where they all are. The first one is to the left of Jug. Once you find it, go ahead and suck up all the juice, and then you're going to want to take that juice back down to where the portal is. And to the right, you should find a box that you can shoot it into. And to the right of the stairs is the box. If you've done it correctly, you should see that one of the tubes is now lit up. You're going to need to repeat the step 3 times. Another spawn location you will find is up on the roof of Knock. It's to the right where the vending machine is. Again, go ahead and suck up all the stuff and then repeat the step we just did. And lastly, the final spot of the glowing yellow stuff can be found in the swamp. As always, go ahead and suck it up and repeat the step. If done correctly, you should now be able to pick up the electric ammo for the Wonder Weapon. Now, this is my personal favorite, as I find it to be the most powerful, especially for taking down elite zombies. And I highly recommend it if you're going to do the main Easter egg at the end.
Job well done.
Now that we've done the 2 tricky versions of the Wonder Weapon, the next one I'm going to show you is a pretty easy one. It is the Nova 5 version. What you're going to want to do is go into the mid-floor of Knock, and you should see a little tube over there. You're going to want to go ahead and suck that up. Once you suck it up, make sure you pick it up, because you do not pick it up automatically. Also, I do want to note that if you have max ammo, you won't be able to pull the item towards you, so just go ahead and shoot a ball out if you find that you're on full ammo with the Wonder Weapon. But anyways, once you pick up the tube, what you want to do is, again, like the fire version, head down to the right into the nuke room, drop down to where Deadshot Daiquiri is, and over here to the right, you should find a little spot on the wall where you can place the empty canister. Once you get a dog round, head back down to where that gas can is, and make sure you kill a dog directly on top of it. If you've done it correctly, you should see that it's sucking up the gas. It only requires 1 dog, so I recommend you get to a safe spot once you've done what you need to do. Once you've finished the dog round, head back down and go ahead and pick up the now full tank. And there should be a box up in the area where the plane wing is, and you want to place that tank on top of the box and then shoot it to melt away the vines, where you will find the Nova 5 variant of the Wonder Weapon. If done correctly, you should be able to open up the box and pick up your Nova 5 version of the Wonder Weapon. Alright, and lastly, the 4th and final version I'm going to show you is the Frost version. What you want to do is head to the roof of Noct, where you should be able to find a wooden crate that you're going to want to shoot off with the base variant of the D.I.E. Shockwave. Go ahead and shoot it off, and then you're going to want to head back down to the swamp, where you should find a vial laying on the ground. Go ahead and pick that vial up, and now what you want to do is wait for an elite zombie to spawn, and you need them to shoot this fungus directly and turn it purple. Once you get an elite zombie to spawn, do whatever it takes to get him to shoot the tree, dance around it, stand behind it, but all you need is that green ball to hit the tree. If done right, you should get an audio cue, and that's how you know he hit the tree.
What in the hell is coming off that tree? Looks like it could freeze the balls off a bloodhound.
Once it's purple, you should now be able to place the vial underneath it. You're going to need to wait a full round until this fungus fills it all the way up to the top with a blue liquid. It doesn't take a full round, but you'll know it's done when you can visibly see that it is full of blue liquid. Go ahead and pick it up once you see that. Once you've picked up the liquid, head back down to the med bay, which is to the left of the stairs as you enter the facility, and you should be able to open up the box and get the Frost variant of the D.I.E. Shockwave. Once you froze the locks up, just go ahead and pick it up.
Cryo emitter, huh?
Damn the lot.
And there you guys have it. That is how you get all 4 versions of the D.I.E. Shockwave. I hope you guys found this guide simple and easy to follow. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate all the support as always, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.